Hi guys, and happy Friday. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful Friday. I had a very fun Friday, but it was very sad this morning because it was my immediate boss's last day. So I went there this morning to say goodbye and wish him well. And we had, coffee and Dunkin' Donuts and all that. And they had it in my old office because my office was so big, and I had the dining room, the little dining table and everything. So we always put the goods on that table, and it was just sad, hearing what Tommy was saying to the people that he's leaving behind. And I said, I'm so happy that I got out when I did. I really am. But anyway, he told them all to stand up for themselves and don't let anybody push them around. There's going to be a lot of people that don't know anything coming in. That's what he said, And that's for sure, because all the key people are gone now. So the people that they put in management are going to be from somewhere else, and they're not going to know what they're doing. They're going to drive our people crazy. But anyway, it was another bittersweet morning, And while I was there, the girls in my old office were cleaning out the storeroom to make an office for one of these people in there. And they said, we're getting rid of everything. Do you want anything from the Christmas? I said, yes. There were two things that I have to have from the Christmas. And one of them is this. It won't mean anything to anyone but me. But it is a little ornament that my favorite dock worker, the guy that I worked with forever, for years, once he left, we were screwed. But the first year after he left us, he made $85,000 a year, and he bought a house, and he just bettered his family's life. So it was just wonderful. But anyway, back in the day, way back when we were in another location even, he made this ornament. He wrote Kenny is King on it with a Sharpie. And I used to put it front and center on the Christmas tree every year. And when I moved to my new office, nobody ever put a Christmas tree up again. It was the saddest thing. I was the Christmas person, of course. So they never put. And now look at them. They're throwing the Christmas stuff away. Like, what the hell? I mean, you think there will never be a Christmas in this place again? I guess not. So I saved that, and I saved this crazy snowman that from the first day that I was there. This is so funny, but it has such meaning for me. From the very first day I was there, and I started decorating the Christmas tree, I made him the tree topper. And when I last Christmas, I asked if I could have this guy for my office, and they were like, no, what are we going to use as a tree topper? I said, well, before I started putting him on the tree, nobody used him as a tree topper, so use your imagination. So anyway, I finally rescued him and my Kenny is King ball, so I'm really happy. Kenny is King will go on my Christmas tree every year in some little hidden spot, and this little crazy guy just has really special meaning for me. And I love snowmen, so he was there when I got there, and I'm the one that made him into a Christmas tree topper. So I was happy to get those two things. They're like, you want this, you want this? I was like, no, I only want these. These have sentimental value to me. The other stuff is all plastic glitter junk. I didn't want any of it. So that was the morning. And I went there intending to say goodbye to my boss, chat with him for a little while, and leave. And I wound up staying for 3 hours. because I love some of those people so much. And actually, my boss, as soon as he walked in the door, he came into my old office and we just hung out with him for hours. So it was a fun morning. When I left there, it's even funny because when I was in my office, I was looking at the clock and I'm saying, oh, the Passaic Thrift doesn't open until 10 and it's only 9. And then when Tommy came in and everybody started coming in, it was like it flew. It flew by because my plan was to go to the Passaic Thrift right when I left there because it's right down the street. And I didn't get out of there till maybe 11:15. So then I went down to the Passaic Thrift and I found a beautiful, beautiful basket with a lid. Looks very Asian. I absolutely love it, and I hung it right here. I also got a beautiful, massive planter of a leprechaun's hat, like a little Irish top hat. Little, it's huge. It's got to be like, it's huge. It's next to me and you can see the flowers here. But anyway, it is a beautiful planter and I love it. And I went to the Dollar Tree next door to the Thrift and I got some flowers for it and it's ready to go. And it is right here. I also bought these 3 little clay pots. I know the lighting is weird today, but it's not that bright out because the first day, probably the very first day since I have been retired, that it's very, very dark and dreary. So, I mean, every other day had some sunshine, but not today. So I got 3 of these little clay pots, all hoping that one of them would fit inside my pumpkin, my little pumpkin chimenea guy, and the smallest one did. And I wanted that to put a charcoal in, a self-lighting charcoal, and instant light charcoal, and burn little pinon bricks in there. And I'm going to, it worked great. The little one fit through the hole. And I put, and I want to get some peat, some Irish peat to burn in there. Because that is a smell that you only, when you drive through Ireland or walk through Ireland, that's all you smell. Is that beautiful smell of peat. Everybody has it burning in their fireplace. So I'm going to get some peat squares and put them in that little guy for the autumn. I got the flowers in the Dollar Tree. I got some more of the lavender Epsom salts I was talking about that I was using for my poor pathetic toe because I ran out. I was soaking it every night while I watched various horror movies. And I just wanted to tell you that I did find the Poughkeepsie tapes for free online. And I didn't really care for it. There was things about it that, I don't know, I didn't really like it. I mean, I watched it to the end, but I was not a huge fan. So I am glad that I didn't buy it, you know. Alright, so also, what I bought in the Dollar Tree. Now this is awesome. I'm really excited that they have CDs there, right? I got the Apples in Stereo Electronic Projects for Musicians. This is playing in the background. It's really good. It's really fun. It's very garagey, and I really love it. I bent fabric. Look at this jukebox. Bent fabric. How fun. And of course it has the classic version of the Alley Cat on it. Very, very fun. And then there's bonus tracks on here, which has Alley Cat Hit and Run Mix. How fun is that going to be? Oh my God. That's crazy, right? I don't know. And then I got Tipton, Entwistle, and Powell, Edge of the World. Oh my God, are you kidding me? This is a mega band if ever there was one. We have Glenn Tipton, of course, from Judas Priest. We have John Entwistle and Cozy Powell, one of the best drummers of all time. And this looks so interesting. I love when famous musicians do these side projects. So this should be really, really good. Very excited about it. From the Dollar Tree. What? I know. I know. Alright, so after that, I went to my local thrift. And, because it's right, you know, I come out of Passaic, get on that road, pass by work, and go right straight down to my local thrift. And over there I got these beautiful bowls, 3 of them. These beautiful little bowls, because I broke all my little bowls over time, so I only have these big monster bowls, and I really needed some of these little bowls for like the pumpkin soup and the chili and stuff like that. I just really need little bowls. Oatmeal in the morning, but these are the perfect size, exactly what I need, and there's 3 of them. They're really pretty green, and they have this Asian thing on the front. Really, really good. Really perfect. And my favorite thing of the day is a glorious, glorious grotto. Yes, I found a grotto. I could not believe I found a grotto in the thrift. And it was only $12.99. I've always wanted a grotto. You know, you get them at the garden center. They're so much money. But I got this little grotto, and it weighed a ton. It was huge, and I was thrilled. And I put one of my St. Francis statues on it, and I put it right here. It will be protected from the weather. It's right under the what do you call it, bay window, so he'll be protected from the weather, and I am just so thrilled with it, and it's right here. So that was my favorite thing of the day. Now yesterday I made the pumpkin chili for you. I'm telling you, it may sound strange to you, but I'm telling you, it is one of the best chilies that you'll ever have. We used to get this. Friends of mine owned a place called Eats You Want in Passaic years ago in the punk days. They used to have live punk bands, art. It was like a gallery, a restaurant, a music venue. It was like the coolest place on earth. And they used to make a vegetarian chili that was to die for. And over the years, I have begged them to give me their vegetarian chili recipe, and they never would. And I said, but Eats You Want is gone, and we missed that chili, you know. We used to go there and get it for like, I don't know, like $2.50 for a big bowl. It was like out of hand, and we used to get it all the time. And I just could never wrench the recipe out of their cold, dead hands. You know what I mean? So I always try different vegetarian chilies to see if anything comes close. Nothing ever did. But this pumpkin chili is so good that it appeases me until I can get my hands on that recipe. You know what I mean? But it's really, really good, and I hope you try it. It's very, very, very easy. I also stopped back in Lidl. That was yesterday. It was the second day they were open to get the pumpkin chili stuff that I needed. And I gotta say, it was like so much less crowded. It was the opposite of the day before. Of course, opening day is always crazy, but it was a pleasure. I could walk the aisles slowly up and down, look at everything. It wasn't a zoo. There was hardly anybody there, and I was very happy. Now today, when I came out of the Goodwill, the local Goodwill, and cut through their parking lot, it was again a zoo. So I don't know, maybe because I was there later. Yesterday I got there in the morning when they opened. It was no problem whatsoever. So I guess it'll be depending on what time of day you go. I guess the weekends will be more crowded, but I think weekdays will be fine from here on as long as you go early. So that's what I will do. And so that was the last couple of days. This morning was again bittersweet, but it was so much fun. And a guy, one of the guys from nighttime came in and brought his baby, Stella Lucia, and she is so precious. She's 7 months old. Her eyes just pierced you. You know, she just stared at you. She was fascinated by everyone, and she was just beautiful. We had such a great morning, And I rescued the Kenny is King and my little snowman, who nobody really gave a shit about ever before until I made him the tree topper. So, and I know everything gets disgustingly dirty there, but I kept, from the moment I started 11 years ago, I kept him in a Ziploc bag when we put him away. So I smelled him. He mostly smells like, I don't know, room spray now. But I love him, and he has a lot of meaning for me, so I had to have him. So anyway, guys, that is it for me. I hope you're having a magical, mystical, musical day. I feel like the sun wants to come out, but it's just a little too cloudy for it, you know? Like it can't burn through the clouds. But you never know. Tomorrow's supposed to be gorgeous, so I'll take it. It's already 10 to 3 now, so even if the sun comes out. I started to cut back the ivy that I wanted to cut. I cut some off the fence that was obscuring things, and I cut some of the ivy that's creeping into the yard, but I have a lot more to do, so that'll be a project coming up for next week, and that's about it. So like I said, have a magical, mystical, musical Friday. I hope you're happy, healthy, and safe wherever you are. Comment, subscribe, spread that love. Tink merch below, Radio Tink podcast link below. And until I see you again, remember, I love each and every one of you. You are everything to me. See you soon.